Try to imagine that you are super hungry and you just come home and you want to make yourself a really good jelly sandwich. And we know this moment that for the second you want to eat it, but then it just fall apart. Oh no, you know this rule? The 5 seconds, you start counting. 1, 3, and of course, before 5 seconds count, we just taking our sandwich up and we think, okay, so we should try it. We can eat it. Let's check it. Five seconds. Why 5? Why not 3? Why not 10? Why not 30? We are thinking that, for example, bacteria understand the human's rule. I don't think so. But this is our old habits, and we have a few things that we are doing this. Firstly, we are always been told by our parents that food is really important and we shouldn't throw it away. So we try to avoid this situation, or even if we can count this 5 seconds, we think that we can also eat it and it will be safe for us. Secondly, sometimes we have this, oh my God, it's like just a moment. It's only wise. So we think that bacteria doesn't strike on this food that we thrown on the floor. So maybe possible we can't avoid something that can cause some illnesses. And the last, food wasting. We are concerned that a lot of people in the whole world don't have enough food just not to starve. And this is why we are using this 5 second rules. So we have 3 really important factors that counts on this food, like is throwing down on the floor. The first thing is the type of the food, because different kind of food have a different water activity and also water content inside. Yeah. So, for example, if we choose bread or watermelon, you're gonna have 2 different food products with different water inside. What will be the result? Probably the watermelon, because we have more water inside. Bacteria likes water, so it will be more bacteria inside this part with food, with watermelon, than in the bread. The second factor will be the type of the surface. In kitchen, we have tiles. And in the salon, probably we're gonna have a carpet. This will be different things, because in the carpet you have small amounts of wools or different fabric that can contain a lot of different kind of bacteria, and not only, of course, but this kind of the bacteria can prepare a biofilm that they can still be there. And the last factor will be the time. Okay, we know. But bacteria doesn't count the seconds. But we can assume that more bacteria can invade our food in 30 seconds than, for example, in the 5. Okay, so let's check these 3 factors in laboratory. Stop talking, start doing. So before we check how many microorganisms we can find of different kind of food and a different kind of surface, we need to prepare some kind of plates. The plates for microbiology. The first one will be for just all microorganisms that we can find. It's called PCA. And the second, the rose one, we are using for yeast and mold, just for counting. Okay, so let's check how different type of food, because we have a different water content inside here. Here we have a cucumber with high water content inside, and this is kind of waffle from corn, so almost without the water. They fall down apart on the floor on the same time. So we're just checking the different type of food. So, taping mode. We put its cucumber here from PCA, and we have another one. And the same we are doing with this corn waffle. Try to stamp it. Okay. And the second one. And these 2 type of plates for PCA, we are putting in the temperature 40 degrees of Celsius for 48 hours. And these 2 type of plates for molds and yeast, we are putting to 72 hours in 25 degrees of Celsius. Okay. They say that time is a wisdom, so let's check how time can affect on counts of bacteria. We have 3 plates after 1 second, 5 seconds, and the last 40 seconds. We check in the same method like previously, and we're starting with PCA. So each part of the bread that we throw it to the floor, we're just putting on the plate. And they are going to 40 degrees of Celsius for 48 hours. Okay, so now we are checking the same bread. So after 1 and 5 and 40 seconds on the floor for yeast and molds. Incubation time 72 hours and 25 degrees of Celsius. Okay, so now we are checking if the surface matter. We have the biscuit from the kitchen tills, and second example is from the carpet. Let's see when we can find more microorganisms. The same method, so the tamping. And once again, 48 hours in 40 degrees. And for yeast and molds, will be 72 hours in 25 degrees of Celsius. We are putting the plates into the incubator.
More moments later.
To sum up, we can see that different type of food, so if we're talking about the water content, can affect on numbers of bacteria and yeast and molds. If you have more water content in the product, probably you're gonna have more bacteria inside if you just drop the food on the floor. Also, we can say that different type of surface can affect the numbers of microorganisms. On the carpet that you can find a lot of different kind of bacteria, also different type of fabric, you can find more bacteria than on the kitchen tills. The last, we have a time. We can say the microorganism doesn't count seconds. So it doesn't matter if you put your food on the floor for 1 second, 5 or 30. In each type, you're gonna find a microorganism inside. What do you think about it? Just post a comment and subscribe and follow for more scientific information.